how putting God first is the key to success, Brian Tracy, let me start with a simple truth that has shaped my entire life. Success is not only about strategy, discipline, or intelligence. It is about alignment. When your priorities are aligned with what truly matters, everything in your life begins to move in the right direction. And over many years of studying successful people, building businesses, and working with leaders around the world, I've discovered something profound. When you put God first in your life, everything else begins to fall into place. Now let me ask you something very important. Do you believe that success is only about hard work and persistence? Or do you believe there is a deeper source of guidance behind the most meaningful achievements in life? I'd love to hear your thoughts, so take a moment and comment below. Your perspective matters, and your experience might inspire someone else who is watching right now. I've spent decades studying success. I've read thousands of books, interviewed countless high achievers, and worked with entrepreneurs, executives, and leaders from all walks of life. And one pattern appears again and again. The people who build meaningful success, not just financial success, but a life of fulfillment, peace, and impact, almost always have a strong spiritual foundation. They understand that success is not just about getting more. It's about becoming more. Putting God first changes the way you think. It changes the way you make decisions. It changes the way you treat people. And perhaps most importantly, it changes the way you respond when life becomes difficult. Because life will challenge you. That is guaranteed. There will be moments when your plans fail, when opportunities disappear, when people disappoint you, and when the future seems uncertain. In those moments, talent alone is not enough. Intelligence alone is not enough. Even discipline alone is not enough. What carries you through those moments is faith, perspective, and purpose. When I begin my day, I make it a point to pause before the noise of the world begins. Before the emails, the deadlines, and the responsibilities start pulling me in different directions, I take a moment to center my mind and remind myself of what truly matters. And that small habit has had an extraordinary impact on my life. Because when you put God first, you are reminding yourself that your life has meaning beyond temporary success. You are reminding yourself your actions matter. You are reminding yourself that integrity, humility, and service are not weaknesses, they are strengths. Think about this for a moment. Every great leader throughout history understood the importance of values. Values guide decisions. Decisions shape actions. Actions create results. If your values are rooted in something higher than temporary gain, your decisions become wiser. And wise decisions compound over time. Most people chase success the wrong way. They focus only on external achievements. They think success means more money, more recognition, more power. And while those things can be useful, they are not the foundation of a truly successful life. I've met wealthy people who were deeply unhappy. I've met famous people who felt lost and empty. And I've also met individuals with modest resources who radiated peace, purpose, and confidence. The difference is not circumstances. The difference is priorities. When God comes first, everything else finds its proper place. Your work becomes a form of service. Your goals become expressions of purpose. Your success becomes something that benefits others, not just yourself. And something remarkable begins to happen when you live this way. You start making better choices. You start attracting better opportunities. You start building stronger relationships. Because people trust those who live with integrity. People respect those who act with humility. And people are naturally drawn to those who demonstrate genuine purpose in their lives. Let me tell you something I've observed again and again. Success is rarely the result of one big breakthrough. Instead, it is the result of thousands of small decisions made correctly over time. The decision to be honest when dishonesty would be easier. The decision to stay disciplined when distractions are everywhere. The decision to stay hopeful when circumstances look discouraging. When your life is anchored in faith, those decisions become easier to make. You develop a deeper sense of direction. You begin to trust that even setbacks can contain lessons. You understand that growth often comes through challenge, and that perspective is incredibly powerful. Because the truth is, success is not a straight line. Every successful person I have ever studied faced failure, rejection, and doubt. But the individuals who ultimately achieved great things had something that others did not. They had resilience. And faith is one of the strongest sources of resilience a person can develop. When you believe that your life has a higher purpose, temporary setbacks lose their power to discourage you. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" you begin asking a more powerful question. What can I learn from this experience? That shift in thinking changes everything. Suddenly, obstacles become teachers, failures become feedback, and challenges become stepping stones toward growth. Putting God first also changes the way you treat other people. Okay, and this is critical because success in the modern world is built on relationships. No one succeeds alone. Every achievement you pursue will involve cooperation, trust, and collaboration with others. When your values are rooted in faith, you naturally approach people with respect, patience, and kindness. Those qualities create strong networks, and strong networks create opportunity. But here's something many people overlook. Putting God first is not just about belief. It's about action. It's about living your values every day. It's about choosing honesty when no one is watching. It's about choosing generosity when it would be easier to keep everything for yourself. It's about choosing gratitude instead of complaint. These choices may seem small in the moment, but they shape your character. And your character ultimately determines the level of trust, influence, and opportunity that enters your life. Character is the foundation of lasting success. Without it, success collapses. With it, success grows stronger over time. And when you combine character with faith, something powerful happens inside you. You develop confidence that is not based on ego or external approval. It comes from knowing that you are living in alignment with your values. That kind of confidence is incredibly attractive. It inspires people, it opens doors, and it allows you to pursue your goals with courage and determination. Now I want you to reflect on something personally. What comes first in your life? Right now? Is it your career? Is it money? Is it approval from other people? Or is it something deeper? Take a moment and really think about that question, because the order of your priorities will determine the direction of your life. When God comes first, your decisions become clearer, your purpose becomes stronger, and your path toward success becomes far more meaningful. And in the next part, I'm going to share how putting God first actually strengthens your discipline, your mindset, and your ability to achieve extraordinary results in every area of your life. Let me continue with something I learned after many years of studying high performance and personal development. One of the greatest challenges people face on the road to success is not lack of opportunity, it's lack of inner discipline. The world is full of distractions. Every day there are dozens of things competing for your attention, your time, and your energy. And if you don't have a clear inner compass, it's very easy to drift. I've seen incredibly talented people waste years of their lives simply because they never developed the discipline to stay focused on what truly matters. They start projects but never finish them. They chase trends but never build mastery. They move quickly but without direction. Putting God first changes that. When your life begins with a spiritual foundation, you develop something that many people desperately lack: clarity of purpose. You begin to see your time as valuable. You begin to treat your talents as responsibilities rather than accidents. And that perspective changes the way you work. Instead of asking, "What do I feel like doing today?" you start asking, "What is the best use of my abilities today?" That question alone can transform your productivity. Over the years, I've taught millions of people a simple principle: successful people focus on the highest value activities. They identify the tasks that create the greatest results, and they give those tasks their best attention. But here's the deeper truth. The ability to focus comes from inner alignment. If your mind is scattered, your actions will be scattered. If your values are unclear, your decisions will be inconsistent. But when your priorities are anchored in faith and purpose, your focus becomes stronger. You stop wasting energy on things that don't matter. You begin investing your time in things that truly matter, and the results begin to compound. Let me explain something that many people misunderstand about success. Success is not just about doing more things. It's about doing the right things consistently over time. And consistency requires discipline. Discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. It's waking up early when comfort tells you to sleep longer. It's finishing the task when distraction tells you to quit. Now here's where faith plays a powerful role. When you put God first, discipline becomes easier because your motivation becomes deeper. You're not just working for temporary rewards. You're working to fulfill your potential. You're working to use your abilities in a way that honors the opportunities you've been given. That sense of responsibility strengthens your determination. You start approaching your work with greater seriousness. You stop seeing effort as a burden and start seeing it as a privilege. And that mindset is extremely powerful. Let me give you an example. Throughout my career, I have met individuals who built extraordinary businesses starting from very humble beginnings. Many of them faced enormous obstacles, lack of money, lack of connections, even lack of formal education. But they had something stronger than circumstances. They had faith. They believed their lives had purpose. They believed their work could create value for others. And that belief gave them the energy to keep going when most people would have given up. Faith creates endurance. Endurance creates results. Another powerful benefit of putting God first is the development of humility. Now, humility is often misunderstood. Many people think humility means thinking less of yourself, but true humility means thinking of yourself less often. It means understanding that your talents are gifts, and gifts are meant to be used to help others. This perspective transforms leadership. When leaders become ego-driven, they begin making decisions based on pride instead of wisdom. They stop listening. They stop learning. And eventually, their success begins to fade. But leaders who stay humble continue to grow. They remain open to new ideas. They respect the people around them. They build environments where others feel valued and motivated, and those environments create extraordinary results. In fact, one of the most powerful success principles I've ever learned is this: the more people you help succeed, the more successful you become. This principle applies in business, in leadership, and in life. Putting God first reminds you that success is not just about personal gain. It's about contribution. It's about creating value for the people around you. And when you shift your mindset from how much can I get to how much can I give, something remarkable happens. Your influence expands, your reputation grows, and opportunities begin to appear in ways you never expected. Now I want you to consider another important idea. Every day you are shaping your future through your habits. Your habits, again, determine your skills. Your skills determine your results, and your results determine the direction of your life. But habits are not formed randomly. They are formed through repeated choices. When you put God first, you begin your day with intention. Instead of rushing into chaos, you create moments of reflection. You think about your values. You think about your goals. You think about the kind of person you want to become. That clarity helps you build powerful habits. Habits like gratitude. Habits like discipline. Habits like generosity. And these habits strengthen your character. Remember this: success built on weak character is temporary, but success built on strong character is lasting. I've seen individuals achieve rapid success through shortcuts, manipulation, or dishonesty. For a while, it looks impressive, but eventually the foundation cracks. Trust disappears, relationships collapse, and everything they built begins to crumble. But people who build success with integrity create something far stronger. Their reputation becomes an asset. Their word becomes valuable, and others begin to seek them out for opportunities and partnerships. Trust is the currency of long-term success, and faith strengthens trust because it constantly reminds you to act with integrity. Now let me challenge you with a thought. Imagine what your life could look like 5 years from now if you consistently place God first in your decisions, your work, and your relationships. Imagine the clarity you would have. Imagine the strength of your discipline. Imagine the depth of your purpose. Success would no longer feel random. It would feel intentional, because your actions would be guided by values rather than impulses. And that kind of life creates both achievement and peace. In the final part, I'm going to share how putting God first can transform not only your success, but your sense of fulfillment, your impact on others, and the legacy you ultimately leave behind. Now let me share something that took me many years to fully understand. Success without fulfillment is one of the greatest disappointments a person can experience. You can achieve goals, build wealth, gain recognition, and still feel that something important is missing. I've seen this happen to many people. They climb the ladder of success with incredible determination, only to discover that the ladder was leaning against the wrong wall. They pursued achievement, but they never defined purpose. And purpose, is what gives success its meaning. When you put God first in your life, success begins to take on a completely different dimension. Your goals are no longer just about personal advancement. They become connected to something greater than yourself. You begin asking different questions. Instead of asking, how can I win? you begin asking, how can I serve? Instead of asking, how can I get ahead? You begin asking, how can I make a difference? And those questions change everything. Because the most respected and admired people in the world are not simply those who achieve success for themselves. They are the people who use their success to uplift others. They built businesses that created opportunities. They shared knowledge that helped others grow. They used their influence to encourage integrity, responsibility, and hope. That is the kind of success that lasts. Another powerful benefit of putting God first is peace of mind. And peace of mind is one of the most valuable experiences a human being can have. Think about how many people live their lives in constant anxiety. They worry about the future. They worry about failure. They worry about what other people think about them. And those worries drain enormous amounts of energy. But when your life is anchored in faith, you begin to approach uncertainty differently. You still work hard. You still pursue excellence. But you also understand that not everything is within your control. You do your best, and then you trust the process. That balance creates calmness. It allows you to stay focused during difficult moments. It allows you to recover more quickly from setbacks. And it allows you to move forward with confidence rather than fear. Peace of mind also improves decision-making. When your mind is calm, you think more clearly. You evaluate opportunities more carefully. You avoid impulsive choices that could damage your future. And over time, those calm, thoughtful decisions create powerful results. Now let me share another important truth about success. Your life is not only about what you achieve. It is also about the example you set. Every day, someone is watching the way you live. Your family is watching. Your friends are watching. Your colleagues are watching. And often they learn more from your actions than from your words. When you live a life that puts God first, you demonstrate something incredibly valuable. You show that success and integrity can coexist. You show that ambition and humility can work together. You show that it is possible to pursue excellence without losing your values. And that example has ripple effects. It encourages others to raise their standards. It inspires people to believe that success does not require sacrificing character. In fact, character is what sustains success. Now here is a question I want you to reflect on deeply. At the end of your life, what do you want to be remembered for? Do you want to be remembered only for the money you earned? Or do you want to be remembered for the lives you touched, the opportunities you created, and the example you set? Because legacy is the final measure of success. And the most meaningful legacies are built on faith, service, and integrity. When you put God first, your life becomes part of a much bigger story. Your actions begin contributing to something that extends beyond your own lifetime. Your kindness influences others. Your wisdom helps guide others. Your integrity sets a standard for others. And that influence continues long after you are gone. That is why the most successful people I have ever studied share a common understanding. They recognize that life is not just about accumulation. It is about contribution. The more value you bring into the world, the more meaningful your success becomes. Now I want to challenge you with a simple but powerful commitment. Starting tomorrow morning, take a few minutes before your day begins. Sit quietly. Reflect on your values. Express gratitude for the opportunities in your life. And remind yourself that your abilities, your time, and your energy are gifts. Then ask yourself one question. What is the best way I can use my gifts today? That single question can guide your actions in powerful ways. It will encourage you to work with excellence. It will encourage you to treat people with respect. It will encourage you to make decisions you can be proud of. And when you repeat that process day after day, week after week, year after year, begin building a life that is not only successful but deeply meaningful. Remember this, true success is not measured only by achievements. It is measured by alignment. When your actions align with your values, your work aligns with your purpose, and your life aligns with your faith, success becomes far more than a destination. It becomes a way of living. So if you want greater clarity, greater discipline, and greater fulfillment in your life, start with the most powerful priority of all. Put God first. And watch how every other area of your life begins to grow stronger. Now I'd really like to hear from you. Do you believe that faith plays an important role in success? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your perspective might encourage someone else who needs to hear this message today. And if this message helps you think differently about success, purpose, and faith, make sure you stay connected for more ideas on personal growth, leadership, and building a life of real meaning.